Well, it's cold outside. You know, here in New England, it's the dead of winter. And at House Calls, we have a bit of a situation, bit of a problem that we're going to solve today. And that is this structure here that we film in is separate from the main house. So there really is no good way of heating and cooling this space. Now, typically in the summertime, we use something like this, the air conditioner. I don't even know if this thing even works. And in the wintertime, we've got, these space heaters all around here. We're going to get rid of all this, make it much more efficient, and install what's known as a mini split system. And to do that, we've brought in some pros, so we're going to install it and answer any questions. Hey Mike, this is Mike from Fairfield County Heating and Cooling, who's going to help us out. Thanks for coming.
Hey Brian.
What is a mini split?
A mini split system is an air-to-air heat pump, and it has the capability of doing heating and air conditioning in the same unit.
One unit, so we can get rid of the old air conditioner, all these heaters, and have this one unit that's going to do the whole room. Is this something that like a typical homeowner can do? Is it a very DIY project?
DIY depends on your local municipality, if it's allowed. I do, however, recommend you get a licensed electrician and a licensed HVAC contractor to do the work.
What is like the first thing you want to consider when buying one? Is the space, the size?
The number one consideration, I would say, is the total square footage you're looking to heat and cool. And another is your climate that you're in. How cold does it get outside?
Yeah, well, it's pretty cold here. And it does get hot here, too, in New England. So it needs to make sure it can handle both situations.
Correct.
How do we know what size to get?
Well, 35 BTUs per square foot is usually the best sizing that you can do for a mini split.
So let's get started. What is our very first step?
First step is let's pick a place that's going to be good for the structure as well as good for the electrical source.
Beautiful. Let's go do it. Let's find one.
Let's do it.
Well, this, I guess this is the beauty here. This is what's going to actually go on the wall. Where are we going to install this?
Actually, Brian, we chose a spot right here above the window.
Okay. And why there? Why can't we just put it somewhere out of sight where we don't see it?
Well, typically you want it to circulate properly. It's going to suck the hot air from the top, and it's going to disperse the cold air from the bottom, and then vice versa. It's going to do the opposite in the wintertime.
Got it. So we do need some sort of room for airflow, and I imagine we can't put it up against the ceiling.
Right.
Now here we've got open joists and rafters. We're all open here, so that shouldn't be a problem. What is the first step? How do you hang this?
First step is we remove the mounting bracket, and we're going to mount it up right up there on the wall.
All right, let's do it.
Now, because we've got wood paneling all throughout the studio here, he doesn't have to worry about finding any studs because that wood paneling is strong enough to support the mini split system. Okay, now it's time to drill a hole in the house. And that's where we're going to run all the piping and stuff like that from the condenser outside to the inside unit. And the pilot hole really is just to determine on the inside and the outside where the center of the hole is, because he's not going to drill through the wall straight through in one pass. He's going to start from the inside, go about halfway, then go on the outside, and using where his pilot hole is, he'll finish the cut from the outside, so you have a nice, clean cut.
Forward, yep, okay.
Now it's just a matter of feeding everything through the hole. And you can see the unit inside here is not that heavy, and it just hangs right on the bracket that he installed earlier. Now for this unit, and really most any of this size, it requires its own dedicated 240 volt circuit. So we had a licensed electrician come in and run us a line from the panel. Here Mike is assembling basically a simple little stand that will hold the outdoor unit above the ground, and that's because this part of the system goes through a defrost cycle in the wintertime, and the water needs to be able to drip out of the unit so it doesn't freeze. And some screws to hold it in place, and this is, of course, pressure-treated lumber and exterior screws. Now it's time to actually hook up the copper piping, the drain, and everything else required to make this work. This part here is the most important part of the process. It's the pressure test. So he's going to watch this gauge for about 15 minutes to make sure there are no leaks. And they actually use nitrogen for this test, and that's because it has no water.
All right, we've got the remote. We're ready to try it out. I'm freezing. So when we look for the highest setting, I think it's called turbo. Let's try it out. Wow, that is so warm and it's so quiet. It really has made such a difference in the few minutes it's been on. It seems like really the perfect solution for this space and maybe the perfect solution for your space.